one way to help understand what certain things do is to make an analogy. To compare something that's new, a new concept, to something you're already familiar with to help you sort of connect what the purpose or the function of that object is. So that's what we're going to do here. Okay? You need to look back as we go over these into your notes to remember the organelles, that's fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to imagine a city with various parts. And if we think about a city as if it were a cell, we can make some analogies between the various organelles and some of the parts of the city. So let's start here at number 1. In this city, this fence protects the city, surrounds the entire city. What would you say that is, Shay?
The cell wall.
Yeah, that would be in the plant cell, the cell wall. It's the outer layer, it's for protection. That makes sense. It's a cell wall. So go ahead and label that, like above the 1, or if you want to make a list over here, just 1 through 9, that's fine. Whatever you want to do, it's up to you. So yeah, I would say the fence would be the cell wall. Now number 2 is similar, but number 2 is sort of this guardhouse. What would you say that is?
Wait, is this a plant or an animal?
I guess it's, yeah, this is a plant cell, because we have a cell wall. Karima?
The cell membrane?
Yeah, that would be the cell membrane, because the cell membrane is what controls things coming into and out of the cell. All right, number 3 is this construction site. It's making the various parts and pieces that are going to be used to build the other parts of the cell. What do you think that might be an analogy for? Maggie, what do you think?
Ribosomes?
Yeah, good, ribosomes. Because ribosomes make proteins which are a part of most of the other parts of the cell. Now number 4 could be tricky because I can imagine you choosing 2 organelles for this. Let's say though it looks like this transport company only has roads connecting it within the cell. That should help you narrow it down a little bit. Abby, what is that? Well, if it's within the cell, it wouldn't be Golgi bodies. What's the other one? Yeah. Yeah, ER.
Yeah.
If it had roads going out, then it might be what Abby said, the Golgi bodies. Because remember, the ER transports things within the cell. The Golgi bodies transport things to be moved out of the cell. You want to do the next one, Joe? All right, number 5 here. This power plant supplying energy for the city.
The mitochondria.
Mitochondria. Yep, mitochondria.
That's mine.
That's what releases energy for the cell.
Could we abbreviate this?
Yeah. How about this greenhouse where they're growing food for this city?
I thought that would be the ribosome, because ribosome.
Make protein, but this is a little bit different. Juliana, what do you think?
The chloroplast.
Yeah, I would say chloroplasts. Because what do chloroplasts do? They make food for the plant cell. This greenhouse makes food for the city. Now number 7, we talked about briefly, but we didn't spend a lot of time on it. This disposes of waste material from the cell. Breaks down stuff that's no longer needed. Prima?
Is it this one?
Yes. What is it? Lysosome. Lysosomes have digestive enzymes. They break down parts of a cell that are no longer needed, no longer working, and sort of recycle the parts. All right, how about number 8? This the government building of this city. Patrick?
Vacuole?
No, I wouldn't say vacuole. Think about it sort of as controls what's happening in the city, what's going on. Patrick, what? Yeah, that would be the nucleus, good. It's the nucleus which sort of directs all the activity within the cell, coordinates everything. And then the last one, these storage tanks. Ready? Well, Golgi guys package stuff up to leave the cell. These are for storage. Yeah, but this is talking about the storage, Olivia? Vacuoles, right, vacuoles. They store food or water or other materials in the cell. All right, good job. So those comparisons might help you to understand what some of those organelles inside of the cell do. Now we have some more, a couple sides of other ones we can go over. The computer. The computer stores what? Information, yeah.
Is there pictures?
That's okay, we're working. Very nice, good job. Nice pictures, girls. So, what would be similar to the computer in storing information? Christian? Vacuoles do store things, but not really information. That's a good idea because we do say vacuoles store. Abby? Chromosomes. Our chromosomes in a cell, they have the information that tells what the cell is, how to build it, and so on.
Where do we write this?
Just write it under it or something. How about this fish stand? Maggie?
Ribosomes?
Yeah, ribosomes. Fish has lots of protein, ribosomes lots of protein. How about this one? The entrance and exit of Fashion Plus.
Oh.
Abby?
I don't necessarily like the cell wall.
It's close,
No.
but the cell wall doesn't determine what can go in and out. This what does?
Oh,
You just said it, Bobby.
this the wall.
Not the wall, the other one that's just inside of that.
You said it under your breath.
Andrew? Cell membrane.
Oh.
The cell membrane controls what goes in and out, but the cell wall basically is just this non-living layer that gives protection. How about us?
It's
The
a shaft.
chef.
What the heck? Wouldn't that be
What do you think?
ribosome?
Chef. He makes
Wow,
food
he's
for
right.
people. Jared?
It's the
Chloroplasts, yes. They make food for the plant cell. How about a wind turbine?
A turbine.
Brandon? Yeah, mitochondria, because it produces electricity, energy. How about the garbage truck?
It's a school.
Hey?
Lysosomes.
Lysosomes, yes. That's kind of a random picture. These little teddy bears and floats, but it's talking about the water that they're floating in. What would that be? Patrick?
Vacuole.
No, not vacuole. Joseph?
What? Lytoplast.
Cytoplasm.
Yes.
Cytoplasm. How about these storage tanks? Christian? Vacuole, yep. How about this river transporting these boats? Transporting the boats. Juliana?
Yes.
Which one? Yeah. ER, I would say. One of those bodies. How about this one? A recipe book. Jared, what do you think about that one?
It's either like the nucleus
I would say it's a part within the nucleus.
or
Does? Yeah? What were they called, Andrew? No? Chromosomes. They store the recipe on how to build something. So that's why they would be similar to this cookbook. You have a question, Aaron? Yeah, that's okay. All right, just a few more here. How about the owner's manual for, I don't know, what's this for a car, plane? Yeah.
I think it's a plane because it has a two.
Yeah, it has wings. Maggie? I'm sorry, Shay?
Are you serious right now?
Shay?
The nucleus?
That's a car.
Yeah,
nucleus.
Detroit. Did you just call me Maggie?
No.
Wow.
How about this train that's transporting people?
That's sad.
Joe?
ER or Golgi bodies.
ER, I'll say, or Golgi bodies.
Golgi bodies.
No, let's say ER. Let's say ER.
Yeah, but it can
Let's
go
say ER.
up. Go up.
Let's say ER.
What the heck is that person? He's kind of scary.
He's delivering a letter.
Oh,
So, who would he be similar to? Joe?
The Golgi body.
Joe?
ER. The Golgi body. The Golgi body.
Which one? Golgi bodies. How about this dresser drawer with neatly folded clothes, which I'm sure yours look like that one, right? I have to yell at my doctor, all her clothes are hanging out of the drawer, and I try to jam it shut. Alright, how about this picture of Mr. Akiri here when he used to be a bouncer at a club? Oh, what did we say? What is the... Wait a minute, I just started venting about my daughter.
What was this?
Yes, vacuole, good. How about this one of Mr. Akiri?
Wait.
He's a bouncer at a bar. That was his college job, Abby.
So, bouncer.
Well, not quite so well. Maggie? Sound membrane, because he controls who goes in and out.
Wait, so he's like really strong, this guy?
Yeah, so I
So
guess.
It's very strange looking and intimidating.
I guess.
Yeah, Karima?
That is the mitochondria.
Yeah.